Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how you're going to find the properties that you're going to be making the offers to, that you're going to be getting under contract, that are going to be making you tens of thousands of dollars on every single one of these wholesale deals. This is the name of the game right here, is finding properties that are off market, meaning they're not listed with the real estate agent, and getting them under contract for a discount. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what you're going to be doing every single day so that you are finding these properties that have a high chance of being willing to take a discounted cash offer and that are off market, okay? Now, I'm gonna be teaching you two different ways to do this. And this is what you're gonna be doing every single day, is exactly the things I'm about to show you in order to find these properties, okay? So this video is gonna be all about how to actually find them. And then you're gonna have all kinds of properties. And then you're gonna be like, Tyson, well, what do I do? How do I talk to these people? What do I say? And that's why we're gonna have the video tomorrow that's gonna be teaching you actually what to say when you call them up and how to make your lowball offers and all the questions you need to answer or ask them and everything else like that. But for now, you need to subscribe to the channel so that you get updated when that video comes out tomorrow. And also, if you are looking to have me help you do all of these things, right? Help you go get these deals, help you, teach you what to say to these sellers, be there for you whenever you have questions, then you need to look into joining the inner circle. The link for that is in the description below. You click, it's a short application, and I'm gonna help you build your wholesale business, okay? If you're the kind of person who wants to get from zero to closing deals as soon as possible, because guys, you guys need to realize something. Every single month that you go without closing a wholesale deal, that's like $20,000 that you're just losing out on. How many months do you want to lose on $20,000, right? So the point is, if you're trying to get to the point where you're closing these deals as soon as possible, you need to be a part of the inner circle. You can fill out the application for that using the link below. But back to what I was talking about, we're going to be doing two different things to actually find these people, all right? Two different lead generation strategies, okay? Now, is what we have here. Two lead gen strats, okay? What we have here is our bread and butter, all right? You see this right here? This right here is a loaf of bread. It's fresh out of the oven, so there's steam, okay? And then this right here, that's butter, all right? And that is gonna be, our bread and butter is going to be VFL, virtual flip leads. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google, you're gonna make sure that here we go. You're gonna go to Google, you're gonna search virtual flip leads, you're gonna scroll down, you've got all of my competitors, as you can see, literally paying to have their fucking things pop up when somebody searches virtual flip leads, no worries. Anyway, you're gonna click virtual flip leads, and there, you're gonna get an account. Now, if you're just getting started, you're gonna be fine just to get started on the start plan, all right? Let me explain to you the differences between the start, pro, and scale plan. I'm on the scale plan, obviously. You might not need to be on the scale plan yet. The only difference between the Start, Pro, and Scale plan are gonna be the amount of leads you get, all right? Now, with the Start plan, you're gonna get 5,000 monthly leads, meaning you can pull up to a list of 5,000 different properties, and you're gonna have they're gonna be skip trace, you're gonna have the owner's name, their phone number, their email address, everything you need to actually get in touch with them, all right? This is more than enough to get your first deal. Once you wanna start doing 2-3 deals a month, you're gonna need the pro plan. Once you wanna be over that 3+ deals, you're gonna be needing on the scale plan. But for right now, you can get started on the start plan, all right? Now, if you don't know what virtual flip leads is, basically, this is how we're not only gonna be finding sellers, but also cash buyers. Now, in today's video, I'm not really gonna talk about how to use it to find cash buyers. I'm gonna be showing you how to use it to go ahead and find sellers. But the most important thing, right, is that this right here, sell score, okay? Let me explain something to you. You know how when you're on Instagram, you're scrolling through and it's giving you ads and it's all a bunch of shit you want? It's almost like your phone is listening to you. Well, it's because Instagram has millions of data points on you. It knows what posts you're interested, what the content of those posts are, how long you spend looking at them, what you comment on, what you like, what you send to your friends. It knows all about you. And it wants to show you different things so that you buy it, so advertisers spend more money advertising on their platform, right? That's the business cycle. Now, is what Sell Score does is it takes it's not millions, it's like hundreds of thousands of data points we have on every single property. What neighborhood it's in, who lives there, how much money does that person make, who is their mortgager, what's their interest rate, how old is the property, right? Hundreds of thousands of different data points. And every single time that a property sells for cash, meaning it sells to an investor, that information is fed into the algorithm and it says what properties are like this. And every single time those properties sell, the information is refined and the algorithm just improves upon itself. So basically what we have is an AI tool that allows us to search any city in the United States and have AI tell us which properties are the most likely to sell for cheap to a wholesaler, all right? This is a massive upper hand, okay? Exactly like the copy says right here, gives you the upper hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly how that works. Let me log into my account here. So let's search any city, right? Let's do, okay, Jacksonville, Florida. This is a good market for wholesaling. So if we want to find deals in Jacksonville, Florida, if we want to find some off-market opportunities perfect for wholesaling, here's all we have to do. We're going to search Jacksonville, Florida. You can search, right, whatever market you found in your pick your market section, you're going to search that. You're going to search it, you're going to click off-market because we only want properties that are off-market. We don't want anything listed with the realtor. Then we're going to go to sell score and we're going to jack this thing up to 100%. We want the most likely properties to sell. All right. Now look, we got 3,378 properties here, but I'm going to show you how we can refine this list even further so that we are maximizing our time spent, meaning we are giving ourselves the greatest chance of talking to somebody who has a high likelihood of accepting our lowball cash offer. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go to filters. You're going to go to property characteristics and you're going to go residential. All right. We only want residential properties. Now, it's not to say you can't wholesale apartment buildings and condos and multifamily and mobile homes or anything like that, but you're probably a beginner, and so I want to get you started on the things that are the easiest to do these deals. So you're gonna go residential over here and just do single family, okay? Then you don't need to mess with any of this. This is all stuff you can mess with, like for instance, actually never mind, I'm not even gonna get into it. We're not gonna confuse you. We're just gonna start out with the basics of what you need to know. This will be for a later video. I'll get into some more of these filters. You can go to residential, MLS status, obviously no, we don't want any properties that are on market. We're gonna go to ownership info and we're gonna select individual. We only want properties for right now that are owned by an individual, meaning they're owned under their name. It's not owned under an LLC, trust, a corporation, or anything like that, okay? And what we're also gonna do is years of ownership, a minimum of 7 years. Meaning every single person on this list, the property is owned by a person and they've owned it for at least 7 years. Why do we do that? Because we do not want somebody who just bought their house. While there are other strategies like Sub2 and creative finance you can get into for that, right now we're focused on making your first buck quick. I want you closing that first $20,000 deal as soon as possible. So we're not gonna fuck around with all that other shit. So 7 years of ownership, then we're gonna go to valuation and equity, and we're gonna go estimated equity rate of 35%. Now, what this means is that, if you don't understand what equity is, here's a quick little thing, all right? Let's say that you have a property, okay? You have a house. This is your house that you own right here, okay? And your house is worth $100,000, okay? But you have a mortgage on your property of $50,000, okay? So your mortgage over here is $50K, all right? But your house is worth $100. So if you sold your house for $100,000, you wouldn't get all $100,000, right? You'd have to pay off the mortgage, but you would get $50,000. $50,000 is your equity. Your equity is the difference between the value of your house and what you owe on it. So we want people with at least 35% equity. Why do we want that? Because they need to have some equity in their property so they can accept a lowball cash offer without having to bring money to the table, right? Because let's say that you have a $100,000 house, but you have a mortgage on it of, let's say, $90,000, right? That meaning if I offered you $60,000, even if you were willing to take that, you would have to bring $30,000. You would have to pay $30,000 for you to sell me the house. That's why we want some equity, okay? So 35% equity, and that's it. We've now taken that list from 3,000 something down to 1.6K. Well, let me make sure that came through. Okay, perfect. So we got the list now of 1,579 properties. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna select all, we're gonna save this list, okay? New list, we're just gonna call it Jacksonville, Florida. And then I'm gonna put today's date, right? Which is the 14th, okay? So I'm gonna call it that, okay, whatever. All right, I'm gonna call that list and I'm gonna save it, okay? Once you've saved your list, it's gonna take a second. You'll get a notification once it's done, but it's gonna take a second because it's gonna go through and skip trace it. And then you're gonna go to my list over here and you're just gonna select that list. So for instance, here's another list I just pulled, or I pulled whatever a couple days ago. Check it out. All of it comes through. We got the phone numbers. We got the information on the property. I can click this, pull it up. We got all the details about the value of the property, if there's a mortgage on it, any distress indicators. Like for instance, this is showing that this person is a tired landlord. We can see the owner's name. We know what year the property was built, how big it is, how big the land is, how many bedrooms, baths. We can get some photos and stuff up here. All good stuff, right? We can go ahead and call the owners. We got the emails for the owners. We're good to go, right? So this is the first way that you're gonna get leads, all right? Now the other cool part about VFL is there is a add-on you can get called the dialer. It's an AI dialer that allows you to call through these people with a local phone number. And what I mean by that is I don't live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and my phone number is not an Indiana area code. When I call them, it's gonna have my Arizona area code. Now that's not necessarily a problem, except for most people are not gonna answer random calls from random numbers that are in other area codes. So you wanna be calling with a local area code. Now the AI dialer has all kinds of cool features. I'll make a video more like in depth on this specifically, but not in the purposes of this video, because right now I just need to show you how to get the leads, okay? But you should know that your best bet is to add on this AI dialer. I think it's 80 bucks a month, 90 bucks a month, something like that. It's insanely worth it. Basically, you can come through, you just press start, it'll just start dialing. It has all the property's information as they answer. The AI takes notes on the phone call, summarizes it for you. It's so good. You can set up tasks and stuff for yourself. Again, I'll make a more in-depth video on this in the future, but that's the first thing you're gonna do, right? This is, as you remember, as I told you, where's your bread and butter? It's your bread and butter, VFL, okay? So that's the first lead gen strategy. You're gonna be doing that until you've called through this list a couple times, right? Because not everybody's gonna answer the first time or whatever. But while you're doing that, you're also gonna be checking 3 other websites. What are these? What is this strategy? Well, let me show you, because we're drawing today. All right, this is the worst drawing ever. Stand by. So we have the bread and butter, that's VFL, right? We also have right here, look, check this out. So this right here that I'm drawing is a tree, okay? That's a tree. And on that tree, we have some little green dots, and these green dots are gonna represent fruit. I want you to notice something about these fruit. They are low hanging on this tree, meaning they're easy for you to get up and reach. So in addition to our bread and butter, we also have low hanging fruit that is going to be the C, the FBM, and the ZFSBO. The C stands for Craigslist, the FBM stands for Facebook Marketplace, and the ZFSBO stands for the Zillow for Sale by Owner. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and Zillow for Sale by Owner are other places that you can find off-market deals. And these are people who have already said, yes, I'd be interested in selling my house. So check this out. Let me go to Craigslist, and I'm gonna search Craigslist Jacksonville, right? Because I want the Jacksonville, Florida Craigslist. As you can see, I can come over here, and I can search house for sale. And when I do this, at first, I'm gonna get a bunch of bullshit. Oh, never mind, I won't, they changed their thing. But basically, I'm gonna get these houses that are for sale. Now, I don't want shit like this. Like this was clearly remodeled. But what do we have here? Do we have okay, it's a little bit remodeled. But we have a hodgepodge ass house, boom, that I can go ahead and call. Okay, but I do see that this is some management team, so I don't really know. But either way, this is a person I could call and make a lowball offer to. Oh wait, this is listed for rent. Never mind, whoops. We don't want shit for rent. Hold on, we wanna go housing for rent. We need to go real estate for sale. That's what I meant. We need to change this to for sale. And we need to look for houses that look like a bit run down, right? We don't want nice shit that's been remodeled. Like that's nice, that's been remodeled. Hold up, what is this? Boom, this is exactly, we wanna call this person. Right? They got this shit for sale for 60 grand on fucking Facebook, Craigslist, right? So we're gonna scroll down, find the owner's phone number on here somewhere, or we're gonna send them a message on Craigslist or whatever. But either way, this is the kind of shit you wanna be checking every single day, right? So in whatever market you've checked, every single day when you go on to start working, to start making some money, you're gonna go on Craigslist, you're gonna search real estate for sale in that market, okay? And you're gonna be calling all the people who have like shittier property, or not, I shouldn't say shitty, but basically properties that aren't updated. Like check this out, dude, it's got popcorn ceilings. You can see up here, right? See that popcorn ceiling? We got like old carpet and shit. This is what we're looking for. We're not looking for shit like this, right? See where this is like remodeled, it looks really nice? Like that's a waste of time. You wanna call the old properties, shit that looks like it needs some work done to it, all right? In addition to that, you're gonna go on Facebook Marketplace, okay? We're gonna go on Facebook Marketplace, and again, another nice thing about Facebook is you can change your location. So I can come up here, boom, Jacksonville, all right? Okay, apply, and I'm gonna search real house for sale. House for sale, and check it out. We got houses, right? So let's see this one for 66K right here. Look at this. Look at this. Roof all fucked up. It doesn't have a floor in some places. Like money. Like, dude, I'm gonna call this house right now. You're gonna watch me get a wholesale deal. Not really, I'm not going to, but if somebody's watching this, maybe like the first person, go find this, go call this person. This looks like a perfect, exactly what we're looking for, okay? Right, we come here, send them a message. Hey, what's your number? Interested in making an offer on your property? Give you a call. What's your phone number, right? You can also go to Zillow, Jacksonville, Florida. Now remember, we want off-market properties. Why do we want off-market properties? Because we don't want to deal with real estate agents. Real estate agents are going to not let you assign your contract. They're going to not let you have inspection periods. They're going to ask for a bunch of EMD that's not going to be refundable. Fuck that. We don't want that stuff. So we only want properties that are for sale. And go over here to more and click this shit. Uncheck all of this. We only want owner posted. All right, so we're gonna uncheck all of this. Do not do foreclosed, pre-foreclosures, that's bait. That'll all be agent posted shit. Only owner posted. We're gonna click apply. We're also gonna go to home type, deselect. We only want houses. Boom, now check this out. Look what we got here. Now look, here's a pro tip. Go to price, go to sort and go to newest. Then we're gonna scroll down and we want the ones that have been listed for the longest, all right? They've been listed for the longest. They have the highest chance of like getting fed up and just waiting for their house to sell, and they might be more likely to accept a lowball offer. So we start here. This one's been listed. Let's see how long. 181 days, dude. Come on, right? What are you even doing here? What are you even doing? Here's the owner's phone number. We can call them up, okay? So in recap, you have 2 lead gen strats that you are going to be doing every single day. First, you're going to pull a list, your bread and butter on virtual flip leads, okay? This is going to be your bread and butter. You're gonna be calling through this list every single day. But before you do that, you're gonna be checking both the C, the FBM, and the ZFSBO for low-hanging fruit. As you can see on the tree, there is low-hanging fruit, okay? Now look, here's the thing. This isn't the best way, but there is low-hanging fruit, meaning you can just get lucky and find a deal that somebody is just like, fuck it, I wanna sell my thing, puts it up on Craigslist, call them up, you make them a low ball offer, you get the deal under contract. They've already raised their hand saying, yes, I'm interested in selling. So every single day you want to be checking these websites and calling all the new ones of properties that look like they needed updating. All right. And then after you've done doing that is where you hop on with your bread and butter on VFL and you start calling through that list. Okay. So this is exactly how you're going to be finding the properties to wholesale, is following these 2 lead generation strats. Okay. In the video tomorrow, I'll be teaching you what to actually say on the phone, right? What questions you need to ask them, how to make them the lowball cash offer, and how to get the contract signed on the phone, and any objections that you might hear about that. All right, we'll be teaching you exactly how to handle that. So make sure you're subbed to the channel. Now, your homework is I need you to go do these things. You need to get familiar with virtual flip leads. So go get your virtual flip leads account set up and go hop on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and Zillow for sale by owner and just kind of start looking at what properties are there. All right. Once you've done that, come back to the comments of this video and say, hey, I got my VFL account. I already saw it on my first list that I'm going to pull. It has 781 people on it, or whatever it is, however many people. You're going to let me know, all right, in the comments below. That's your job. So I know that you're following along, you're paying attention, you guys are getting value from these videos. Because if you don't, I'm going to stop making them, all right? So subscribe to the channel. Go pull your first list. Let me know how many people were in the comments. And if you're interested in getting that first deal as fast as possible, so you're not effectively losing $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month every month you don't close a wholesale deal, then fill out the application for the inner circle and let's get you moving as soon as possible. All right? So go get after it. We'll see you tomorrow.